Oh, you're here. Good. I was hoping for company. You see, I've got stories, dark ones, chilling ones, the kind that keep you up at night. Mythical creatures, curses, horrors you can't escape. Shall we begin? Don't worry, I won't bite. Much.
If you ask me about the worst day of my life, I'd tell you it's still happening. It just hasn't ended yet. I'm just a regular guy, working a mediocre sales job in a construction material company. I'm not a top performer, but I get by. Or at least, I did until recently. Lately, I've been feeling like something's been screwing with me. First, our company lost a few big clients over some so-called quality issues, and guess whose accounts got axed? Mine. Then, my girlfriend dumped me. Ran off with my best friend, of all people. And the cherry on top, I was waiting at a crosswalk when an old man on an e-bike suddenly fell, landing right at my feet. The next thing I knew, he was accusing me of pushing him. Can you believe that? And if you think that's bad, listen to this. I went to a temple to try and cleanse some bad luck. Just a little superstitious ritual, you know? When I came out, my phone was gone. Someone had stolen it, and by the time I checked my bank account, a good chunk of my money was gone too. That's when I started thinking, maybe this wasn't just a streak of bad luck. Maybe something was really, really wrong. And then I saw that post online. The title was simple. Would you trade something valuable for absolute good luck? Most of the comments were just trolls and jokes, but something in me snapped. I messaged the poster, half joking, half serious. Within minutes, I got a reply. If you really want to shift your luck, meet me at 34 Willow Street, abandoned warehouse, midnight. I stared at the message. My heart started pounding. Sounds like a scam, right? Some underground gambling ring or a cult initiation. But here's the thing. I was at rock bottom. I had nothing left to lose. Hell, I didn't even have enough left to get scammed. So, I went. The warehouse was silent, except for a flickering street lamp out front, casting long, shaky shadows. I pushed open a rusted metal door, and inside, sitting behind an old wooden desk, was a man. His face was hidden in the dim light, but something about him made my skin crawl. You're the luck shifter? I asked hesitantly. I am. His voice was deep, like it came from somewhere inside my bones. But luck doesn't come for free. I swallowed. How much? He chuckled, revealing yellowed, tobacco-stained teeth. Money's just a symbol. What you'll pay is something far more real. I frowned. Like what? Instead of answering, he slid a yellowed contract across the desk. I read it carefully. The deal was straightforward. He would take all my bad luck, and in return, I'd receive an equal amount of good luck. But there was a condition. If my luck ever reversed again, I'd have to find the next luck shifter to pass the contract on. Or else. Don't worry, he assured me. Your luck won't run out that fast. I hesitated for a second. Then I signed. He handed me a small knife. A signature alone won't do. A blood seals the deal. I pricked my finger and pressed it onto the contract. As soon as my blood touched the paper, it turned pitch black. I thought maybe it was some kind of chemical reaction. I didn't think twice about it. The next morning, my boss called. Out of nowhere, the company promoted me. Turns out my direct supervisor had suffered a sudden brain aneurysm, and they needed someone to take over. I didn't hesitate. I took the job. That same evening, I was so hyped that I took my bonus and bought a lottery ticket. Won 50 grand. A few days later, an old client who had cut ties with me came crawling back, offering not one, but 3 new contracts. Even my ex-girlfriend messaged me. She had broken up with that guy, got scammed out of a huge sum of money, and now she was begging me to take her back. Did I? Hell no. But damn, this good luck thing? It was unreal. I was riding high, blowing cash, partying hard, enjoying life to the fullest. But then, the second month hit. I started noticing something strange. My good luck had stopped. Then, the bad things started happening. The first sign was the pain in my back. At first, I thought I had just pulled a muscle from sleeping wrong. But it got worse, way worse. It felt like something was gripping my spine, twisting it tighter every day. I finally went to the hospital. The doctor frowned at my scans. "You've got a tumor," he said, his voice grim. "It doesn't look good. We need to run more tests, but you should prepare for the worst." I felt the world around me crack open. I remembered what the luck shifter had told me. I told myself this was just a coincidence. Then came the second disaster. I had been taking kickbacks from suppliers. Nothing unusual in the industry. Everyone did it. But suddenly, the company launched a full-blown financial audit. And somehow, I was the first to get caught. I was fired on the spot. They were even threatening legal action. I started spiraling. And then, the final blow. I began having trouble breathing at night. It felt like something heavy was pressing on my chest, suffocating me. I started waking up, gasping, sweating, like I was drowning in air. At first, I thought it was stress. Then, one night, I woke up in the dark, my heart pounding like a war drum, and I saw it, a black cat, perched right on my chest. Its eyes glowed green like burning coals, staring directly into my soul. I screamed. The cat vanished. But from that night on, I couldn't sleep. No matter how many pills I took, I never got more than a few hours of rest. And in the silence of the night, I would hear scratching sounds from beneath my bed. It was back. The bad luck wasn't just returning. It was consuming me. I lay awake, replaying the luck shifter's words over and over in my mind. If your luck reverses, you must find the next luck shifter and pass the contract on. I finally realized the truth. I hadn't escaped my misfortune. I had only delayed it. And now, it was coming for me. The luck shifter, I knew it now. Something was devouring me from the inside, and it wouldn't stop until there was nothing left. I thought about the contract. I thought about what the luck shifter had told me. When your luck runs out, misfortune will return in double. I had no choice. If I wanted to live, I had to find the next luck shifter. I had to pass the curse on. I needed the perfect candidate. The first person that came to mind? Emily, my ex. She had betrayed me, left me for my best friend, and ended up completely screwed over. Her life was a wreck now. No money, no stability, drowning in debt. She was the perfect target. So, I reached out to her, pretended I still cared, and asked her to meet up. She actually looked surprised when she saw me. "Wow, you look terrible." I forced a smile. "Just work stress. What about you?" That was all it took. She went on and on for hours about how her life had fallen apart, how she got cheated, how she regretted leaving me, how she wished she could just start over. I listened patiently. Then, when the moment was right, I leaned in. "You know," I said, lowering my voice, "I think I might know a way to fix your luck." She looked up at me, eyes wide, desperate. "What do you mean?" I pulled out the contract and placed it in front of her. "Have you ever heard of luck shifting?" I asked, smiling warmly. She hesitated. Just as she was about to reach for the contract, her phone rang. She glanced at the screen, frowning. "It's my mom," she answered. "Mom? What's wrong?" There was silence. Then, a muffled voice came through the receiver. "Your father, he woke up." Emily's eyes widened in shock. "What?" "But he was in a coma. The doctor said it's a miracle. He's awake, and his condition is stable." Tears welled up in her eyes. She gasped, her hand covering her mouth. "Oh my God!" She turned back to me, suddenly looking different, hopeful. "You know what?" She pushed the contract away with a smile. "I think my luck is already changing." Then she grabbed her purse and ran out the door. I sat there, frozen. Had she really gotten lucky? Or had she unknowingly just escaped something far worse? Either way, I needed to find someone else. I needed a new target. And I found one fast. Mike, a former coworker. And if I had to guess, he was the one who ratted me out about taking supplier kickbacks. But karma had already hit him hard. His wife was divorcing him. He was drowning in gambling debt. Every time I saw him, he looked more and more like a walking corpse. If anyone would trade anything for a fresh start, it was him. So, I invited him out for drinks. After a few shots, I casually mentioned the luck shifter. He stared at me, silent. Then, his eyes lit up with something dark, something desperate. "Are you serious?" he asked, leaning in. "This is real?" I slid the contract toward him. "Sign your name, and your misfortune will disappear." His hands trembled as he picked up the pen. "What's the catch?" he asked, his voice hoarse. "There is no catch," I lied. He hesitated for a second. Then, he gritted his teeth and scribbled his name onto the paper. Blood seal. The moment his fingerprint touched the contract, something shifted inside me. The crushing weight in my chest? Gone. The constant pain in my back? Vanished. For the first time in months, I felt free. Mike looked up at me. "So, what happens now?" I smiled, clapped a hand on his shoulder. "Now?" I said. "You just wait. Your luck is about to turn around." Then I walked away. My life returned to normal. I could sleep again. I went back for a checkup. The doctors couldn't find any trace of a tumor. Everything was perfect. But I knew it wasn't really over, because 6 months later, Mike died. The report was eerie. He suffocated in his sleep. His face was twisted, blue, like something had strangled him in the night. The police found something else too, a dead black cat lying next to his body. I saw the news and felt my blood turn to ice. I knew the truth. The bad luck swallowed him whole, because he never passed the contract on, and that meant the cycle wasn't broken. The curse never ends. Someone, somewhere, will always be carrying all the misfortune in the world. And when their luck runs dry, they'll have only one choice: find the next luck shifter, or die. I survived. But someday, will I end up back in that chair? Will I have to pass the contract on again? I don't know. But I do know one thing. The world is far darker than we could ever imagine.